Assalamu alaikum, my friends. Welcome. Thank you for joining me on this late night talk. I just wanted to talk about some things that I noticed today. You know, I remember how ugly I was to myself, and I wanted to kind of talk about the word ugly. We think of ugliness as a physical appearance. We don't think somebody's ugly. I don't believe anyone is ugly. There's no ugly physical people. But this is one of the definitions of ugliness. Okay, 1. Unpleasant or repulsive, especially in appearance. Okay? Another definition is involving or likely to involve violence or other unpleasantries. Okay, and one of those synonyms are unpleasant, nasty, okay, alarming. Like someone that's always like makes a big deal, like just alarm, like a drama queen type of thing. Okay, disagreeable. We all were maybe ugly at times. We're always trying to be disagreeable. Tense, charged, serious, grave, dangerous, perilous, threatening, menacing, hostile, ominous, sinister. This is all synonyms of the word ugly. Can you believe it? Ugly, the word has roots, it has meanings. You have to look at the etymology of the word. See, we have redefined that word ugliness only to say, okay, this person isn't physically attractive. But if you know vibration and know the etymology of the word has a lot more, because now these other things, imagine if we looked at these other things as ugly in our everyday life. Would you want that for yourself? And also you wouldn't want to be around that kind of energy. But ugliness is defined as just physical unattractiveness, because we have took that definition and it's a surface level kind of definition, because we have started living a surface level life. The roots of a tree, is below the surface, and for a tree to grow, the roots, the seeds have sprout roots, and it first has to be strong enough to manifest in the physical. Okay, so there's another definition for ugly. Okay, unpleasantly suggestive. Unpleasantly suggestive, or causing disquiet. I don't know what that means, but horrible, unpleasant, disagreeable, despicable, repulsive, nasty, horrid, appalling, objectionable, offensive, obnoxious, foul, vile, base, dishonorable, dishonest, rotten, vicious, spiteful, malignant, evil, wicked. This is the word ugly. And I'm not talking about, okay, who fits these definitions in your life? It doesn't matter. It does not matter. You look in the mirror and you see if you have those qualities of ugliness within. And if you do, why? Why are you so tense? Why are you so wicked? What is it? You have to go to the root causes of these manifestations of ugliness within yourself. Because that ugliness that you have, you can't cover it with lipstick. You cannot. I've known plenty of drop dead gorgeous people that were really ugly. It's like, oh my god, that's ugly. Like, just the way the vibe is ugly. But the thing is, it's about looking in the mirror and acknowledging these things in yourself, acknowledging, okay, you know what? I'm not ugly. I'm not physically ugly, because the creator, your higher self, the universe, whatever you want to call it, doesn't create you ugly. Everything is beautiful. Everything is beautiful. Every person is physically beautiful. But it's that ugliness from inside that shines out, and that is like a energy that attaches, you know? And that's what's ugly, and it makes you look ugly. And I had that problem. You know, I was very disagreeable. I was always spiteful. No, I wasn't really spiteful. I was unpleasant to be around sometimes. I was very charged, you know. I had to make a lot of noise because, like, look at me, everybody, you know. It's like I was seeking attention, always seeking approval from other people, because, you know why? I felt so ugly. You know, I felt like I felt dishonest to myself, because I wasn't after my passion. You know, I was allowing things to cover up my own ascension, or my own getting better, leveling up. And that because it's not allowed to go out, it was causing resentment in myself. It was the physical, like the ego, the nafs, was giving me excuses of, like, you know, people are unfair to you. You got bullied in high school. That's why, you know. It's like that is the ugliness that it manifested into the ugliness, you know. And, you know, I would just be ugly to people. People wouldn't want to be. It would be unpleasant to be around RR, you know. It's like, oh man, RR. It's like RR's coming. It's like, well, then actually, and then, you know, I was a police officer for like 6 years, and people, like, now I remember it, like, they just wanted to go to the clubs, you know. I got a free pass to all the clubs, you know. And I wasn't that unpleasant to be around, you know. Just, you know, but, you know, it was just a very different time in my life. But we all go through those hardships, and that's just part of the journey, you know. Those are put before you to recognize yourself in it, you know, because how can you know true success without failure? How can you know health? How can you appreciate health? You appreciate it more when you come from unhealthiness, and you get your health, and you strive for that, and you get it back. You get that energy back. Then you appreciate health, because, you know, you remember yourself, that version of yourself that was not healthy, you know, physically or mentally. Because if you're not mentally healthy, it is going to manifest somewhere physically in your life. Everything's energy. You cannot suppress it. You cannot suppress regret. You know, if you have regret in your life about, like, you know what, I should have followed my passion. I should have stayed there, and I should have, you know, pursued this, but it's like I didn't, and I want to. And you see all these other people, like, online, like, pursuing their dreams, and you're like, oh, I should have done that. And it's like that feeling state will make you feel, it'll ruin the now for you, because you'll be acting like that person that regrets life, that the best is behind them, or they missed the opportunity. They'll be the person that misses all opportunities, because they label themselves from the past that they are the person that misses opportunities. So in the present, with that energy, you're going to miss opportunities in the present. You'll be that. I mean, like, I don't know, that'll be one of the energetic labels upon you. And, you know, it's all But the thing is, how do you change that? Uh, how do you change that in your life? How do you actually change? And the truth of the matter is, you can't be. You're gonna have fear. You know, you're gonna have fear that you're really overweight and you're going to the gym and it's like embarrassing. That's that's people are looking at you. You know what I mean? It's like yes, you acknowledge that fear within yourself, but know that it is not you. It's like you have a higher self that is kind of like cradling the lower self, which is attached to the physical, the ego, the nafs. It's like a mother carrying a child, to a place that you nourish it. You acknowledge, but don't, but know that it's just that version of you that is scared to change because it's scared of death, because it thinks it is not going to be, it's going to die, and it rather, some people rather be at that state than to face humiliation, to face a failure, or face you know some kind of imagination they have about somebody looking at them weird. I mean, I'm telling you from experience, I would be scared to go to certain places because, I think that people would laugh at me, or, oh, it was weird. I've had a really messed up. I mean, I'm really grateful for it because otherwise I wouldn't have, you know, went on to things, And when you make that change within yourself and you make a commitment to be like, you know what, I'm tired of being a basic. I'm tired of being like just average. Why can't you become that person that you look up to? It's not arrogant. People think it's arrogant to, you should be focused on yourself. You should be selfish. See, being selfish is not a bad thing. Here, let me define selfish. Selfish. Okay. Define selfish. I mean, okay, absorbed. Okay, you should be absorbed in your recovery, okay? Once you have that, you have absorbed that energy of being a person of value or of honor or whatnot, then you can reflect that in life. Self-obsessed. Okay, you shouldn't be self-obsessed in the big, because when you're it's like you reflect everything back. You have to take care of yourself. If you can't be poor if you want to help the poor. You know what I mean? It's like you have to create value within yourself, energy, higher forms of energy, self-serving. Like for example, when you go on an airplane, they tell you to put your mask on first before you put the person next to you. You have to become that energy. You can't give love if you don't have love. If you can't be confident person if you don't build that within yourself, confidence within yourself. You have to go to dark places in your mind, in the reflection, and say, you know what, I have been lazy. You know what, I was disagreeable in this relationship, and I was always arguing, and that's why my relationship is really really damaged. I'm telling you from my own experience, from my own marriage. I was very ugly. Really, I was ugly. We were always arguing, and tense. It's just. But now it's like, when you acknowledge the ugliness within, then it's like, you know what, change it. And then, you know what, once you do, you radiate something else. You radiate a kind of energy, and it's what matches your physical self, because you are beautiful. You have been created beautifully. And yeah, just you got to start from within, and don't don't allow other people or institutions to define words for you. You got to take your power back. Don't let, you know, it's like you have to do it from within. You don't give it's like the education system, for example. It's like if you are agreeing with it, if it's like, yeah, education system, I vote for it, this, and vote for that, and do this, and oh my God, this. It's like the education system doesn't educate you. We have given the power away to institutions. Okay, the education system is in charge of our education. The religious institutions are in charge of your spirituality. It's like, no, you are in charge of your health care. You are in charge of your education. You are in charge of your governance. Okay, you are. All that stuff that you hear in the news, it's all triggers. You don't have to live in that dimension. The only way you live in that dimension is if you give energy to it. It's only there if you give it energy. If you stop giving it energy from here and you give the energy, the thing over here, it's like self-governance, and it's like you give it energy there. This stuff doesn't affect you. It doesn't. Now, there's some things that a little bit of it's going to be in all the dimensions. Like the structure itself is like the government, okay, for example. But there's all kinds of levels, and triggers, and it's like people don't know what goes behind closed doors, and they don't understand. It's like, it's not what you think, and it's really, there's so much alchemy and magic and quantum physics, whatever you want to call it. You want to call it magic, you want to call it quantum physics, you want to call it manifesting, you want to call it like this matrix type thing, whatever you want to call it. It is what creates the reality, but it's all from within. It's a place that you can't get to with all these physical tie downs, and yeah, every day it's work, every day's working on yourself. That doesn't ever stop, because when you raise your awareness on what you eat, what you think, what you let in, and you only let in things that are per your goal, and you write your goals down, and you have like not crazy goals, yes, but it should be a little bit scary. It should scare you a little bit, like, oh man, I don't know if I can do that. It's like, that is the goal that you have to have. And whatever you do in your reality, you have to see, does it benefit you? Is it aligned with the goal? If it is, then utilize it. If it is not, then you cut it out of your life. Cut it out. And to the degree you cut it out will determine your success. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you for joining me. I know it's late in the East Coast, but I want to say thank you, and I'm going to wave all these people. Oh my God, David Rios. Okay. Okay, take care, everyone, and yeah, if this benefited you in some way, or if you want, please share it. Please comment. I'm gonna be more interactive from now on, and uh, let me know about some topics that you would like for me to put my intake on it, for you to get another perspective. Let me know, and take care.